motherfucker.
Right, we're starting. Careful. We're live.
Thank you, VCM. Welcome to Script Corners, episode 52.
52. Episode 52, motherfucker. I remembered it this time. Actually, it's bullshit I asked Lupus like 5 seconds ago, but that's alright. I'm honest with you, my audience. My honestians. My honesty. Yeah. The honestians. The audience of honest. Okay, so this is gonna be a shorter one, like way shorter one, because otherwise I'll shoot myself. We are going to cover this really terrible video made by this really terrible guy, named something. What is it called? What is his name? Fine. Don't say anything, freaking lunatic. Just don't say anything for like 10 minutes. Okay, thank you. Labian, what the fuck? Where are you?
Yeah, I'm here.
Speak! Okay, renegade cut. Right.
Yeah. Okay. We're covering named a guy called RenegadeCut. He was originally part of Channel Awesome before departing, and his first videos were okay, a little bit more essays, but they kind of stood out. But nowadays he's more like one of those pretentious assholes that probably belongs right to BreadTube.
Okay, so he ran out of like material and just became a jackass. Well, yeah. Anyways,
yeah. He calls Home Alone a suburban propaganda.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he also says that the Sonic movie made him depressed, or something similar. I even made a Y2P video of it.
What the fuck? Okay. I hold on. I'm just getting fucking that completely caught me off guard. All right. So, all right. So we are going to okay. Look, we're just gonna get straight into this. I've got other things to do later today. Yeah. This is gonna be a train wreck, Labian. This is gonna be a train wreck. We're just gonna have to promise each other that we're not gonna like waste too much time with the individual retardation we're going to encounter here, because this is just gonna be a mess. This is going to get partially very political for no other reason than another fucking leftist just brings up shit that doesn't make any sense to like fucking stoke the flames of. Well, I'm not sure what he's trying to do. I mean, like, fucking everybody's, like, aware of, like, the fascist iconography of, like, you know, triumph of the will and... whatever. Let's do this shit.
Yeah.
Fuck. Whoops.
Fascism. Let's talk about it. This should be a light topic. Fascism is a slippery word, not because it's hard to define, but because people who want to obscure what fascism is...
Alright. This guy's already, like, made an enemy. He's already, like, made up a fake enemy to, like, go after. Hold on, let me see. Fascism. Wait, can I really trust... Oh my Jesus Christ. Okay. I was like, can I really trust Wikipedia to give like a fair thing? Fascism is a form of far-right authoritarian ultranationalism. Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, God forgive me for thinking that fascism is like, you know, a method to enforce your political. You know, God forbid if it's if I believe that it was like a forceful method of forcing through your political ideas by, you know, using like I mean that's what I was taught in school. Like fascism is like this. It's not inherently evil so much as it's an Well, I think we're too early into it. Let's see what this lunatic has to say.
Or hide their connection to fascism have an investment in making fascism mean something besides what it is. Fascism is...
Oh, it's just he's pulling at people who try to deny fascism probably are fascists.
It's like talking about like an imaginary group of people that don't exist.
Not outlawing salt and unhealthy foods. It's authoritarian, but not always totalitarian. It's not only confined...
This movie is awesome, dude.
All right, you have an echo.
Demolition Man is awesome.
Yeah.
I have an echo, really?
Yeah.
All right, I'll lower the audio to 50%. But yeah, like the Demolition Man is a great fucking movie, dude. Like I don't know what the fuck you're on about.
To a couple from last century, and it's definitely not someone throwing a mug at your head. Fascist? It's also not left-wing or socialist, and if you...
Well, Nazi Germany was both Hitler was both a fascist and a socialist, so you know
it was National Socialistic. Which some would claim is like trying to be the best of both worlds, but I'm not sure how true that is or not. Like the idea is, it's like the nationalistic for the nation and socialistic for the people of the nation. You know, it's like a new concept or like a new take on socialism that would be more effective than normal socialism, which might be true. I mean, it's not like National Socialist Germany was bad for the Germans. Well, until they got blown up, but that's not exactly Hitler's fault now, is it?
All right.
That's one of the dumbest arguments I've ever heard. It's like it wasn't good for the Germans when they got blown up. Yeah, okay, the Germans didn't blow themselves up, okay? Like you can say whatever you want, but like it's not like the Germans fucking blew themselves up. Like, all right, but yeah, I'm not gonna like pretend to be like some speech guru, like, you know, like I can infer what somebody thinks, but the way he says it's not left wing and it's not socialist gives me like the feeling like this guy is like actively like pissed off that it's even associated with it. Like I feel a powerful stinge of bias here. Let's listen to it again. You'll get what I mean.
At your head. Fascist? It's also not left-wing or socialist, and
it's also not left-wing or socialist. It's also not communistic. It's also not nature conservative. Like it's like I just get that fucking biased ass like fucking feel from it.
If you believe it is, you have either fallen for 80-year-old debunked German propaganda, or
what the fuck's wrong with you?
Who
They're dead. They're dead. What the hell's happening? Like dude, like Hitler was not lying when he said that after he dies, his spirit is going to rise up and just fucking terrorize the world. It's like they've been dead for 80 years, and this motherfucker is losing the argument against them. Like
God,
dude. Look, okay. First off, prove that they're debunked. Second off, why are you even bringing it up? Because I don't think that it connects to your argument. And three, they're dead. They can't defend themselves. So what the fuck are you even doing? Like this is like a guy talking to a gravestone and expecting a response. Like they're dead. It's like bring on like an actual National Socialist, if those people even exist anymore. This is like I love this. It's so stupid. I love it.
Consciously try to spread 80-year-old debunked German.
Oh my god, dude, you are losing so hard. Like Labian. What he's doing is basically like it would be like the equivalent of me talking about like Genghis Khan and being like, fucking Genghis Khan with this stupid fucking murdering and looting and burning. Like, if you don't think looting, burning, and murdering is like bad, then you are like spreading like like 200, 400 years, like debunked, like Genghis Khan propaganda. It's like, okay, calm down, dude. Genghis Khan has been dead for like a long time, like, and he's not affecting shit in the real world anymore. Like I don't think many people like. I mean, I think maybe the Mongols like respect him or something for giving them power and stuff and securing a better future for them. But like besides that, I don't think many people look at him but as anything other than just, you know, another like fucking destroyer and conqueror.
Yeah.
Like it's like, you know, it's like it's like obviously stuff from World War II still affects things from today. But these fucking people throwing their toilet paper, like they're so pathetic. Because it's like, tell me, bitch, are you the one that debunked this? Are you the one that stopped this ideology? Or are you just some loser pissing on the grave of it, like way down the road? Because like it's your fucking grandpa who did it, and your grandpa was an alpha chad, and you ain't got shit on him. All right, let's do it.
Propaganda. It's a transparent game of I know you are, but what am I? That is only believed by people desperate to believe it in the first place. Not only were fascist states not left-wing, they actively hated and exterminated actual socialists.
For good reason, by the way. Because a lot of those socialists were trying to subvert the moral framework of the country. Learn more about the Weimar Republic, where pornography and all types of other shit were being spread to subvert the German nation and completely fuck up like just everything about them. Like a lot of people don't know about this, but like, you know, that like you know those book burnings that are always condemned by everybody, Labian?
Yeah.
Well, what they were actually burning there was like communist literature and like pornography.
Then there also was some book about kids.
Like, trans like stuff. They were pushing that as well. There was cross-dressing and stuff. Like a lot of that like early outrage from the Germans is completely justified because they were trying to push the worst garbage of all time on them.
Then again, the treatment of the the people probably wasn't as justified.
What are you talking about?
Nothing.
Sorry, I completely like zoned out for a minute there. But yeah, like there are people that are exterminated were socially. Yeah. What for? What reason? You think people exterminate people for no reason? This is like those people that like say that when colonialists arrive at an island, they just massacre the black population. Like, yeah, they just fucking kill all of them. Sure.
Even if most of those islanders died of diseases coming from the colonists.
All right, my good friend Latvian, we have arrived on Africa. Oh, and what is that ugly, shitty, fake human being I've never seen before? He looks like a monkey. Let's shoot them, right? Shall we, brother?
All right, let's continue. We're only 1 minute in, guys.
I'll never get over that. Like how history tries to like demonize white men who are getting like attacked by crazy fucking black people that they've never seen a black person in their life. Like for all they know, they're like demons, like running at them with axes. It's like, oh, how dare you shoot them? It's so evil. Oh my god. God fucking hell. All right, let's continue.
Modern day mask-off fascists
These are the Proud Boys, I think. I'm pretty sure these are Proud Boys.
Yeah.
These guys don't do anything. All these fucking guys do is just show up with a whole bunch of guns and then be like a wall of human scarecrows and then just stare at people. This is all these guys do. I can remember a few instances where they have like got into clashes with Antifa or something, but that was like Antifa attacking them. And they got arrested when they would fight back, and Antifa would be let go. So it's like, all right,
yeah.
Nice of you to call these guys fascists. I mean, I would have expected you to get Richard Spencer on here as opposed to these dudes. And Richard Spencer is also not a fascist. Well, I mean, he's not using... Fascism is like... it's tactics. It's a method. It's like a violent way of like taking over a government. It's not a fucking ideology. This is fucking painful for my mind.
March to exterminate or strip away rights from marginalized people.
They don't want to exterminate them. Are you out of your fucking mind? they just want to be separate from them. Like just in case any like viewer is like understands. I actually used to listen to podcasts from like alt-right groups for a very long time. Like I was politically like sort of drawn to them due to the fucking insanity that was going on in the world 4 years ago with Donald Trump and everything. And like, don't get me wrong, there was some hateful rhetoric sometimes. Like, you know, like but most of the time that would be in like bitterness for like things that were propagated against white people. Like these fucking people he's showing here, these are like just these are just people like protesting like the taking down of Confederate statues, which I mean, if you're a Southerner and they're gonna take down the statues of your ancestors, how do you expect to react? Like like it's I mean, like one thing that is good about the Civil War is that heroes on both sides were respected. That's why there's so many statues of Southern soldiers. Because like they really did fight for what they Hi, Mom. Oh my god. They really did fight for what they believed in. So it's like I mean it's fucking disgraceful what's been going on with that and like how that's been just allowed to happen. But yeah, like these guys he's showing on screen, these are just normal people. Like I guess he chose this guy because he's like shaved, like his head, like you know, his shaved head. But it's it's to make the like stereotypical evil white man image.
Mask off fascists march to exterminate or strip away rights from marginalized people. They don't campaign for Medicare for all. Neo-Nazis don't love...
Are you brain dead? Medicare is like... I'm not all that fucking... I am not all that like expert... I don't have that much expertise on the subject, but as far as I know, like it's basically just another one of those things that is unaffordable for everyone. So it's like that's not number one. I would look at is like, you know, like false platitudes of like helping out people that are not changing their diet and not living healthier. Oh wow, that's such a great virtue signaling thing to do. Oh, it's so sad these guys don't want to do this. And neo-Nazis is already calling them neo-Nazis. This guy's fucking hateful. Like this guy absolutely hates these people. Neo-Nazis don't exist. Fucking the Nazism is like a fake word that was like invented by communists in the 1930s as like a slur against like German people. It's not a real word. Like I mean, like obviously it's like meant to like refer to the Germans from World War II, but you know it's like that faction objectively has been destroyed 70 plus years ago. So like, what are you even talking about? Oh, I get it. You want to associate them with those people so that like it's like these people are like they're like Nazis, they're other people that want to like genocide other people. Oh, that's like they're like fucking evil. We gotta shoot all these Nazis. Like that's like what this guy is doing, is just spreading hate. Oh, that's brilliant. Okay, let's continue.
From marginalized people. They don't campaign for Medicare for all. Neo-Nazis don't love Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. They don't align with...
Nobody likes that woman because she's fucking fake and hypocritical and not authentic at all.
Oh, someone's stepping on the EU flag.
Yeah, I mean the fucking UN is a fucking mess too.
far-left group to dismantle traditional hierarchies in order to create an egalitarian world. They want the opposite of that. Fascists love traditional hierarchical structures.
No, they're more just a fan of keeping things balanced. And, you know, like, because, like, what everybody forgets is that if you make everything equal, nothing will be equal. Okay, Lavian, talk about something you're good at. Like,
Well,
I don't know, like you're good at chess or some shit.
well, I'm good at. Well, I'm good at editing.
Okay, all right, well, whatever. Okay, so you and I, if we compare our video editing skills to each other, we would probably find that one of us is at least slightly better or more efficient in this area, and you're more efficient in another area. Like, egalitarianism would demand we both be just as good of each other and, like, have zero deviations. So in other words, we would both have to regress so that we would both be just as, like, generically good at it as each other. Like, say I am 70% good at, like, doing green screen. Well, then I have to make it 50 to make it just as good as you. That's like egalitarianism. Drag down the best to make them just as shit as the worst. That's essentially what that is. It's like, oh, what a surprise that they don't want that. Because they can kind of tell that, you know, the hardworking shit that they do every year is, you know, worth a little bit more than, like, freeloaders who just come in to the country illegally. Jesus Christ. People that are, like, leftists, they have, like, their, like, perspective is, like, hostile to, like, America. Like, they just want America to, like, crumble and explode. Like, they just want the entire thing to fall apart into, like, 1,000 pieces. Any comment on this yourself, Labian?
Nothing. I have no words.
Okay, I think I'm safe to, like, lead this.
They are very excited about them. Maybe too excited. Fascism is...
Are you... Hold on, what's this?
Shoot the Nazis, be the Nazis. Technically, it's Ich heal, book heal. The fuck is that? Epiophilia.
Well, I'm happy to see that this guy. I'm happy to see that this ridiculous guy is acknowledging that shoot the Nazi would be authoritarian as well. But the Nazi doesn't exist, so the Nazi is just a person you disagree with. So if we replace the word Nazi with, like, person you disagree with, then this starts to get really evil. Shoot the person I disagree with. Economically go to, like, the right. You be the person that I disagree with. And to punch the guy that I disagree... What the... This is so fucking brain dead. This is like the punch a Nazi. Like, that fucking movement is, like, pure evil. Like, yeah, punch people you disagree with politically. That's gonna solve problems.
Then again, I sometimes want to punch people that I disagree with.
Yeah, but the thing is, you want to punch them, and regardless if whether you did or not, like, it's like a legitimate desire, because it's like, Jesus, what the fuck's wrong with you? It's like, these guys are like, it's like they don't, it's like their argument is to punch you. Like how Richard Spencer was, like, punched by that one guy, which is really funny, because, like, Richard Spencer didn't really react to it all that much, and like, it didn't even leave a mark or anything, yet they made such a big deal about it, like, oh my god, somebody hit the Nazi, ha ha ha. Dude, you're just fucking evil. There's nothing else to say about it. You're just evil. And I don't even like Richard Spencer. He's a pagan. Like, as far as I'm concerned, like, he led the alt-right into fucking ruin. Like, because it became a cult movement around him, and not, you know, about getting, like, justice for, you know, I mean, I guess it was always sort of about getting justice for, you know, European Americans, but I mean, like, it's fucking, like, it like, I am just having memories right now of when Richard Spencer was, like, speaking at, like, a college campus, and just people were yelling at him the entire fucking time. So this is not debate. You're not proving anything here. You're just showing yourself to be mindless, brain-dead communist scum. Like it's it's like I love how like leftist people are just like they just basically admit that it's amazing how people that support communism are like, oh, Nazism is like the pure evil of the world. Bitch, communism killed way more people than Nazism ever did. National Socialism ever did. Communism killed so many more people that I basically stopped caring about like the people that were killed by National Socialism. Like that National Socialism is like downright tame compared to the fucking communist revolution. 64 million Christians in Russia. Oh, that's oh my god, there's fucking 6 billion Jews. Oh my god, this is the worst thing ever. You're forgetting about like the 64 million Christians. Okay, fine. You're right. That doesn't matter. I think the total number of like all the fucking communist like revolutions that happened in the last century, I think the total kill count was like around they estimate it's like in the 125 million or something. Like this fucking ideology slaughters people. It just slaughters people to a ridiculous degree. Like how the hell do you even kill this many people?
All right. Okay, I think you got way off the political deep end.
Yeah, I know. It's just the thing is, this guy is just so he is so pathetic with how he addresses the subject that I have to make it more deep and give it more meaning. I have to. Otherwise, I'll be intellectually insulted, essentially. So it's just but yeah, nothing that I'm saying is like weird or anything, guys. Like this, some of you might be like, "Oh, this is like radical." So, no. It's just basic fucking facts. Like communism killed way more people.
Right.
All right. Let's see here.
Wait. It's part of the authoritarian right on that politics graph that people put in their avatars when they can't think of something better, like Heath Ledger's Joker or a suspiciously young-looking anime character. See?
Oh yeah. If you ever, if you don't consider, all right. Okay.
Maximum projection.
Yeah. If someone points out your bullshit and your only defense is, haha, you have an anime profile picture, then who's the loser here?
This guy is clearly better because, like, these Nazis on the internet have schooled him several dozen times. Like, I could just tell. Because, like, I know exactly what he's talking about. Like, a lot of those alt-right guys tend to, like, have, like, anime. Because, okay, this is kind of funny, right? So, Japanese women apparently really like white men. I don't know why. Maybe it's because Japanese men are more picky and white men are less picky. So so it's like because I don't know if you know this, Labian, but like in Japanese culture or something, like if you're like 25 or something as a woman, you're already considered like past prime beauty or something, which I don't understand at all.
Yeah, especially that Asians age much slower than any other.
Yeah, so usually like 28-year-old Japanese women, like they go to America. It's like all the men are like, oh, she's fucking perfect, and she's like, oh, that's excellent. Like fucking, so it's like the alt-right makes jokes about that a lot. So they have a lot of anime stuff, and to be fair, I think a lot of them just like anime anyway, because anime, like the anime characters are kind of famous for often having like European, like European like features, because I'm pretty sure like this genre of like anime kind of started out as like a sort of bridge between Japan and America and everything, and like Japan is weird. Like, you think that they would hate America after getting destroyed in World War II, but really they just started to admire them. It's almost like you beat up a gang of like bikers and then you become the boss. Oh god, that's amazing. All right, let's continue.
See, I say fascism is a slippery word, but not actually hard to define, because historians can simply look at how fascism arose in its varying and most famous forms and find commonalities to give it a definition. And they have. The simplest and most unassailable definition of fascism is that it is a rebirth of populist ultranationalism.
I've never heard that.
No,
Ever.
fascism is a belief that your race is superior than the others.
Well, that would be racism, but but fascism, as far as I know, like the old definition, the proper definition is that it's basically just it is a method to enforce your political will onto others. Like it's all about like the marching and it's like forcing, like it's essentially like a psychological way of forcing your ideas into people's heads,
or like
being really proactive and stuff,
or a cop throwing a mug at you for just looking funny, because he did show that scene of the cop from Big Lebowski.
Well, I mean, like it's hard to define what makes it exactly, but it's like a lot of people attribute like fascism to be all kinds of like political ideologies. They're not. They're just not. Like I don't know how else to put it. They're not. Like when the communists took over in the 1930s or 20s, they used a lot of fascist tactics to do that. Like when Hitler took over, he employed fascist tactics against the fascist tactics that his communist enemies were doing in Germany. Like that's something a lot of people don't know about, is that the brown shirts were partially they were there in order to fight off Antifa. Yes, Antifa already existed back then.
Yeah.
So it's you know, it's like, and I mean, you could argue what you want about that, but it is objectively, it was fighting fire with fire. You know, so it's and turns out the brown shirts were just tougher than. That's surprising. They're tougher than Antifa. Most people are tougher than Antifa. Like my grandma, and you know, like some I don't know, a homeless person. but yeah, this definition is just complete crock of shit as far as I'm concerned. Like it's like this definition is like the perfect let me dehumanize you like fucking trump card. Except it's not a trump card because it's only a trump card if you give it power. Like rebirth of populist ultranationalism. Motherfucker, populism and nationalism are both like pro people. Like populism is like being pro the will of the people. Like it doesn't fucking matter what you do. You're never gonna make that look bad. And ultranationalism, motherfucker, countries today are like non-existently nationalistic. Like countries in Europe, there's like almost no nationalism whatsoever. There's nationalism from the public for no other reason than just being in that country. But like if the UN would get their way, they would just turn the entirety of Europe into one country called UN land or some shit.
Or just Europa.
Yeah, just make it one giant country. Which would never work, by the way. That would never, ever, ever, ever work. Like I remember seeing like this cartoon, when I was a child, that was like sort of showing this thing, and I'm pretty sure it was anti it because they showed it for what it was, Labian. And so you took like a Dutch guy and like a German guy, you know, in their stereotypical Dutch and German clothes, and then put him through like a conveyor belt machine. And then they came out on the other end as just hollow men wearing suits, you know. So it's like it was like the implication that they were teaching us was that like they're trying to make everybody the same. It's like that's terrible. Like that's fucking terrible. Like they want humanity to be like this boring gelatinous mass of just generic. Fuck that. Like just fuck that to hell. So it's like ultra. I mean, obviously, like, this guy is just implying that ultranationalism is going to lead to all types of, like, evil shit while having absolutely no proof or basis for that. I mean, like, Okay, hold on. I'm hearing myself now. But yeah, like it's like what he's implying here is just nonsense. Like it's like just complete nonsense. Like he's just trying to dehumanize people who feel this way politically.
This is the definition given famously by Roger Griffin, a professor of modern history and...
All right, let's look up who this guy is.
Roger
Because
Griffin.
I'm not about to take anything from this guy. Roger Griffin. Well.
Roger Griffin.
Nah, he looks. Yeah, okay. This guy looks very.
He looks pretty Bill Gates.
Yeah, he's got that same like crazy look. Or yeah, okay. This is no bias whatsoever. No bias.
Ah, he's also a boomer.
I wouldn't be surprised if this guy is part of a particular tribe of people. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, he's just British.
Off topic, how do you like to feel just 3 people on a server?
What?
Well, this is definitely more efficient because we haven't had a single guy come in and try to fuck up.
We don't have Poop Dealer come like and ear raping us.
And then having me to like rapidly revolver him down as fast as possible. All right, so yeah.
Imagine if Coronian hacks me and he makes me invite him.
Okay, who is Coronian?
The bot guy that keeps hacking everybody.
Is it you?
Yeah, it's me, but yeah.
So you have like a split personality, like it's some kind of werewolf transformation?
Yes, Latvia. Let's continue.
Alright.
Political
Good to know.
Theorist at Oxford Brookes University. The more complicated definition would be, and everything that comes from that, like the rejection of modernism and obsession with the plot against the nation, which spread xenophobia.
Of course you have xenophobia. Have you seen xenomorphs? Yeah, you should be xenophobic.
This is like this is just insane right here. Like Labian,
yeah.
What you see on the screen right now is like the equivalent of me saying that all vegans are like going to like start like a movement against flesh-eating people, and they're just going to like, you know, like if vegans get too much power, they're going to take over and they're going to kill all the people who eat meat, and they're going to take over the world. Like they like because they reject like flesh and like the ideology of eating flesh. So they're gonna like this man is jumping to conclusions really hard, like internal cleansing, scapegoats. What are you talking about?
Well,
like they're just assuming that. Okay, look here, an obsession with a plot against the nation. Okay, bitch. Just about every single European country has been like invaded by a shit ton of people. Has had like the politicians constantly denounce the stock population all the time. Like most fucking Western countries don't even dare mention their like white like population ever. Like they basically pretend like their population is not majority white.
Yeah.
Like it's completely ridiculous. And modernism is fucking terrible. It leads to moral relativism and crap like that. It's like, why would you not be against that? And xenophobia? I'm sorry. I'm being scared of like people I know nothing about who like are. I mean, like most of them come from the Middle East, which has like a book called the Quran, which says kill the non-believers. Well, I'm so what a fucking surprise. Yeah, okay, this is just this. Yeah. This is an extremely biased leftist guy quoting an extremely biased leftist guy. Beautiful. I love this fucking amazing. This is just amazing. I love this.
And so forth. This criteria is attributed to Umberto Eco. So what does this have to do with Star Wars? Well,
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, now we're getting to Star Wars.
This guy fucking hates his audience. He hates his audience.
Star Wars has always trafficked in fascistic imagery. A New Hope
I wonder if he even has audience. Why people still love him? I once looked at the comments and I wanted to fucking strangle all of them.
Because some people are just sad.
What?
To know what to think about.
Well, it's like the only reason why I'm bothering even addressing what this guy says is just so that the audience knows just how wrong this is. But normally, if I didn't have this podcast, I would just ignore this video.
Yeah. The other reason why why I want to respond to RenegadeCut is because barely no one is responding to him. There's only few videos of someone responding to the wrong videos.
Hold on, how many subscribers does this guy have?
Way too much.
Yeah,
that's what.
He has 12k likes and 612 dislikes, so he has a fan base.
Yeah.
This is like I will say this though, that like a lot of this shit here is just like the.
I think people just don't pay attention to what they actually mean. They just kind of like watch it because they like him or something.
Yeah.
Costume designer.
The fuck? Okay.
Wait, you guys are both
crafted the
European.
Empire.
How did you gain these right mentalities?
By looking at like a picture, and that was being painted for me, and then turning around and looking at the guy that was painting it.
And that guy.
It's too politically incorrect in order to mention him.
Well,
we'll probably get
okay. My story about
there's a bunch of socialism in Europe.
Let's say the rootless cosmopolitans.
Yeah. There's some kind of stupid resurgence of socialism in Eastern
Latvia,
countries.
Is it crazy or is it okay?
There's no resurgence of that, Latvian. It's just being forced through by like CIA agents or something.
All right, Latvia is fine. Sure, they made two cringe-inducing statues that are in Riga, but that's about it.
How about France?
Right.
Well,
not all that interested to like know what that is. I assume it's just some fucking faggots.
The Mask already posted them on the political chat.
Or
okay, we haven't had like a political podcast yet.
Yeah, probably we should never do that.
Yeah,
ever.
I mean, like I already feel like I've crossed
like the political people on Script Corners, like Vids, Little Boots, what are their names? Bezican, all those people. Joey, yeah.
Like what I'm trying to do is I'm not trying to push much of my own ideology. I'm just showing you how this guy's ideology is hateful, because it definitely is. Because he's talking about imaginary people, like he's showing real people, but those people are not ever going to be what he describes. Like it makes out the people in the video out to be like just bad people. It's like all he ever showed was him like walking around a little bit. Like he wouldn't dare show them actually talk to like the reporter in the thing. This is just leftist mental gymnastics.
Wears uniforms to put the audience in mind of Nazi Germany.
I mean, I guess George kind of did that, but I mean, like it's there. Like I've said this before, I'll say it again. Like the Empire in Star Wars is not like explicitly just fucking World War II Germany. It's basically every single empire, like, you know, that has ever existed combined into one. It's got a little bit of each of them. Like, obviously, the world building didn't show us that much of that. But, it, you know, like how they speak with a distinctly British accent to, like, invoke feelings of the British Empire and stuff like that. Or the Roman Empire and, like, how the whole thing came to start to begin with. That kind of shit. Like, it's like, of course, brain dead man like this guy can only take, like, the iconography of the Hugo Boss style outfits that the Empire is wearing. But I mean, I could easily make an argument that those shouldn't even those shouldn't even fucking count. Like it. I mean, by that same logic, like, you know, SWAT teams and stuff are like evil fascist iconography. I mean, maybe they are. Fucking, but I guess technically, like, they do enforce shit pretty vitally. But I don't. But I think that's more of a required thing rather than like a. Well, I'm giving this way more thought than this guy could ever do himself. So it's I shouldn't even bother. Like,
this might seem
guy
like
is
a
awful.
Tenuous connection to some, but fascism has always relied on pageantry and an aesthetic to sell it to the people. In film, visuals are everything. And even
fuck are you talking about?
Well, he's kind of true. There's like one video that keeps popping up in my recommended. Why fascists? Why Nazis are so stylish, or something?
Oh my god, these people are just inhuman. Like, honestly.
Yeah, it's not like commies also use like cool looking clothes to like.
I'll just make this very clear. Okay, they look good because Hitler's got good taste, and the Germans as a people have good taste. And when they made their fucking uniforms, they got Hugo Boss. And because people are like conditioned to believe that gray and dark and that kind of colors are like automatically bad, that's the only reason why there's why you even have a problem with this. Like, if I became like the king of space, and I had this, and I could make them look like this, I would. It's awesome. Like, look at Tarkin's suit. Look how fancy that shit is. Like, are you gonna tell me like, oh, it looks bad? It's evil. It's evil color. Like, let's make it red and blue. And
yeah, why is then why people aren't calling Antifa evil? Because they're mainly colors are red and black.
Well, Antifa is more obviously evil, if we're gonna be honest. Like, they're just fucking shitty, terrible people.
Moff Tarkin never turns to the camera and lays out the ideology, origins, and core values of the Empire, and how they relate to Umberto Eco's criteria for fascism. The visuals alone are the language in which Star Wars tells the audience roughly what the Empire believes.
Oh wow, you figured out how basic visuals work. So proud of you.
In the original trilogy, there isn't a lot of explicit focus on what the Empire believes, what their core values are.
Which is one of the main flaws of the films.
Palpatine just believes in the dark side. The Empire is an amorphous bad guy. However, there are a few moments in the original trilogy that brush up against Eco's criteria for fascism. Professor Griffin argues that fascism requires an upending of the current order and current democratic institutions. Early in A New
Seems pretty biased and specific, but whatever.
Hope, the Empire remarks that they have finally dissolved the Senate, removing the last remnants of the old republic. Remember, fascism is about a rebirth of ultranationalism.
No, that's just what you say it is, man.
Technically more like Empire was like pro-human. So
pro-human. Call me specious, but if I lived in space, I would probably be pro-human. I mean, I wouldn't be hostile to other people. But
yeah, you probably wouldn't be hostile to some dangerous species like Wookiees.
I wouldn't mind. Well, I mean, it depends on how it goes, but I mean, like, I wouldn't mind like Twi'leks and all that fucking shit. Okay, I just.
Yeah, right.
A left-wing radical change in government generally happens outside the system within a revolution.
Oh, that sounds pretty biased and specific as well.
Then again, the rebellion actually started by in the system before by most of the Senate actually. But
you know, I just realized something. The pilots in the X-wings don't wear like space protective gear.
Yeah.
So like, so if they get like blown out of the thing and they didn't die somehow, then they'll die anyway.
Yeah, at least TIE fighters have.
Yeah, the TIE fighting stormtroopers are wearing gas masks. Or I mean, they're wearing like masks. I mean, like they just look like gas masks.
A marginalized
That's
people
kind
with
of odd.
no institutional power fighting against their oppressors with the
Oh
only
my
option.
Jesus Christ, dude! What he says might technically be true to some like jackass college professor in America, but this is like what he's doing here is he's saying, right, like fascist takeovers are always right wing because left wing can never take over unless if they have no institutionalized power. So basically, what's happening today, which is basically a leftist like hostile takeover of America. Well, it's not a takeover because you know well, I mean, of course, they wouldn't admit that they have institutionalized power, but that's a good one actually. They have the power, and they're still playing the victim.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Oh God! But yeah, like this is like a child just saying like, no, it's my toy.
Option they have left. A right-wing radical change in government, fascism, happens within this.
Okay, I kind of want to end the video here because I feel like he just killed himself. Like from an argument standpoint.
Wait, what did he say?
Like I said, I kind of want to end it because this is like he just committed like fucking intellectual suicide.
Look, I understand that everything is just torture, but we have to complete it.
Yeah, whatever. Right-wing government is always fascist. Yeah, okay, I see what you're doing there, dude. Like, can you make your political bias a little bit less obvious? You're just clearly like anti-right-wing. Actually, no, you're not. You're just anti-people like disagreeing with you, like everybody in the left is.
In the system, although illegal means within the system usually occur and can take advantage of current power structures.
Oh, the evil Nazis use illegal means because, you know, the left without any power, you know, they would never do anything illegal. Never.
Translated to Star Wars, the rebels and later resistance want a change because their people are oppressed, and the Empire wants a rebirth.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, maybe they're oppressed, but I think it's mainly just also that, like, what the Empire is doing is just, like, antithetical to human nature. Like, it's, like, they make everything categorized and, like, you know, like, order and all that shit. So it kind of does make sense that they would be against that. You know, from, like, just the political... Like, I'm not saying they're not oppressed or getting fucked over. I'm just saying that, like, I think it's more that they're going to be relentlessly oppressed in the future. And they want to like stop that before it happens, kind of like how, like the South wanted to like stop the North from like just taking over all their rights, so they preemptively started attacking. I don't know. It's hard to say. They never explained that part in Star Wars all that much.
Because they wanted to do the oppressing. Fascism is a response to a growing.
Hold on.
To do the oppressing. Wants a rebirth because they wanted to do the oppressing.
No, they didn't. I refuse to explain it. They just did it. Like, if you really think they did, then you're brain dead. Like, they took over because they wanted to do the oppressing. Yeah, Hitler took over because he wanted to do the oppressing. Stalin took over because he wanted to do the oppressing. Thank you for this brain dead, low IQ fucking view of the world. Thank you so much. Thank you for simplifying this shit down to a point where it becomes just insane. Oh, they took over because they wanted to do the oppressing. Hey, Latvian, we did script croners because we just wanted to oppress like poor, like shitty, fucking essayists. Like we just did this because we wanted fuck essayists. We need to like stop essays from ever happening again. Now, remember how that was like the inspiration for this YouTube channel? We just need to oppress. We need to extol. We need to fucking expel the essayists.
Fascism is a response to a growing egalitarianism, or influence of the
So, in other words, like far right neo-Nazism is like a response to the amazing, perfect communism. Okay, thank you, man.
Latvian, how much do you think you can handle it? How much more of the video do you think you can survive?
I can handle this.
I kind of want to quit. Like, I kind of want to quit because this guy is so biased. Like, this is like, this is just reaching, like, what?
No,
he's literally saying fascism, like, is always right wing. So, in other words, right wing is like a response to amazing, perfect communism. This guy is basically saying communism is perfect, and like Nazism is like 100% evil, or rather, anything right wing is 100% evil. So like, oh, what a beautiful fucking way to look at it. What a balanced and like, you know, like honest and like moral view of the whole world. I can't take much more of this. Like
we never gave up on a video replica. We have to
the pseudo intellectualism here is like I could cut it with a knife. That's how bad this is. I need backup. I need backup. Kaiser is Kaiser? I don't fucking know.
Right now, because if get like the people that are always on Coronian International, ask them.
Yeah, I don't want little boots here.
Yes, you need. We need him here. We need him here.
Trust me, we don't need little boots.
Hopefully, Kaiser can join. I know the rules. Delete it after he's like, joined.
I don't know if Kaiser is...
Palpatine just believes in against their oppressors with the only option they have left.
I accidentally clicked on the... Can you go back to where we were?
Yeah, I think so. Whatever. Well, let's just...
Yeah.
Alright, like, okay. Oh.
Because their people are oppressed, and the Empire wants a rebirth because they wanted to do the oppressing.
Oh my god.
All right.
It's so brain dead. Lebian, I know you're like way less political than me, but you can see what he's doing, right?
Yeah, I can see it.
He's literally being like, the Empire wanted to take over because they're oppressing.
Well, that's kind of accurate.
Yeah, but it's like that's the point. Like they just want it to be like is making it sound like the Empire wanted to take over because they were like. They're essentially old man children who just want to rule everything in the world. Like that's you know like it was like how Mahler showed that clip of that guy from The Mandalorian. You know, it's like the Empire perfects every system it touches. Trade, opportunity, peace.
Guys, fighting expert wants to join.
Okay, like get him in. All right, but you know it's like trade, opportunity, peace. And then, like, Mahler, like, shows, like, the brain dead, like, 100, you know, ultra evil, like, First Order. And he's like, lol, no. You know, just we're going to destroy everybody for no reason. Yeah, it's like, it's that kind of, like, I can't stand that shit. Like, I can't stand, like, just fucking comical, evil bad guys. It makes no sense. It's like, I'm going to blow up the whole world. Yeah, but you're a part of the world. Like, why would you want to do that? Do you want to die and kill everybody with you? It basically is just like a super suicide, like like a one-sided suicide pact with the whole world. Like is that? But oh, jeez. Okay, hold on. All right, fighting experts in here. Joel, get the fuck in here and help me deal with this political quagmiring, meandering garbage. This is like the shit. Like you know what this video does? It makes me fucking understand why people don't want to get political. This is cancer. This shit is fucking cancer. Like, look here, let me do exactly what this guy does in reverse. I'm gonna pretend to be a cartoon neo-Nazi. All right, so, communism is a leftist, like left-wing ideology that comes up whenever there's like a right-wing revolution happening in a country. It's a reaction to right-wing like identitarianism. So Like it's basically inherently like anti, like white and like anti everything. Like that's like nationalistic. It's like a evil fucking thing. Like it's like why would you trust me to say anything? Like I'm making my bias 100% clear. Like I'm just clearly just trying to make the other side look bad. Like that's what this guy is doing. He's clearly just trying to make the other side look bad. But it's like it's not even the other side. It's like his imaginary, non-existent other side. Because there are no Nazis. Ah!
Hello.
Hi,
Yep.
Joel. Like, are you getting offended at this like mindless bullshit too?
Yep.
Well, it's good to have you on here.
Yeah.
Oh God.
We,
What a
Yeah, we have to speed through
we
it.
don't.
We have to speed through it so we can get done with it faster.
Fascism is a response to a growing egalitarianism, or influence of the minority that the majority finds humiliating.
Fuck the minority, okay? Like they're not more important than the rest of the fucking. What kind of country focuses on the minority to a point where they neglect the majority? Well, that's basically every single country in Western civilization right now. But like whatever. I fucking hell. Like it's fucking hell.
And a national defeat that they also find humiliating. The
What is defeat? What are you talking about?
Nazism, or influence of the minority that the majority finds humiliating. And a national defeat that they also find humiliating.
Well, okay, so I don't know exactly what you're talking about, but if they find it humiliating, that's like a bad thing. And you got to
Just let him talk so we can get context.
Okay.
The Nazis rose to power in Germany following their humiliating defeat in World War I.
No.
Can I murder this guy? Can I get a kill pass?
This guy does not understand fucking history.
In World War One, they were Nazis too. You're right. In World War, where's that really shitty picture? Like I had this picture of like Hitler as like a World War One soldier.
At this point?
I had like this picture of this World War One like soldier, and I like photoshopped Hitler's face onto him, and it was like, we taken over the world in World War One. As like a joke to like mock people that like talk about World War One. I mean, if anything, like if anything, like the way how Germany was treated after World War One is what caused like World War Two.
That's exactly how it happened.
It's like, oh Jesus! And he's calling them Nazis. Like it's just. To be fair, I mean it does make sense because like people use that pathetic word all the time, but disgusting.
But they weren't even Nazis in World War One.
Yeah, of course. I mean, like Nazis, like essentially like a slur word for white man. Let's continue.
The humiliation being solely blamed for the war and the sanctions imposed on their nation.
Which was really evil, by the way.
Humiliation being solely blamed for the war and the sanctions imposed on their nation. Professor Griffin explained it like,
Fascism may be defined as a form of political behavior marked by obsessive preoccupation with community decline, humiliation, or victimhood. And this is like projection. This is just projection of what communists do. Okay, This is beautiful. Actually, no. This is like fascism when it's used by like communist people. I told you guys, it's a fucking method of enforcing your political ideals, not actually the committed nationalist militants. Boy, what a surprise that like people that are just pro their own country nowadays are made out to be such monsters. We have these non-intellectuals just making up, like, just completely making up, like, like all types of fucking. I mean, this is just some. This is nothing more than just political, like, this guy, like, I can transform the text on the screen here and just make it, fascism is when, like, right-wing people do bad things. and you know when good white leftists are around. That's all this is saying.
Like this. Fascism may be defined
I don't want to hear this.
A mass with
Shut
goals,
the fuck up.
abandons democratic liberties, and pursues violence without ethical or legal constraints.
There are like 1,000 different like words I could use for that, other than fascism. Like that's like evil, totalitarianistic, cruel, barbaric. What the fuck are you on about?
Monarchy.
Yeah, monarchy.
External expansion, the empire itself, and internal cleansing, Order 66.
Oh my god, you are just the epitome of... Why do you exist? Can you just leave this dimension? Like, we don't need people like you. Internal cleansing. Okay, so what happens here is actually a lot more applicable to the communist revolution, when they like slaughtered all the Christians, because like that's basically what the Jedi are, essentially, like their warrior monk Christian thing, whatever, something like that.
It's not even the communist revolution. Look at every single revolution that happened. They go after the religious men and women and children.
Because they hold up like the moral framework of the previous order, so they have to be destroyed.
Yes.
Look at the Mongols invading the Japan. They would slaughter the monks.
Yeah, like that's what this is. Like, this is just destroying like the, I guess you could say the theocratic heart of the republic. This has got nothing to do with ethnic cleansing. Ethnic cleansing would just be literally like wiping out every last man of a particular race. Like, I think actual ethnic cleansing has barely ever even happened in the real world, because it's impossible. It's impossible. It's fucking crazy.
If you want a better example of ethnic cleansing that actually happened in Star Wars, look at what the Jedi did to the pure-blooded Sith.
Oh,
in Legends.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because like they literally like wiped all of them out. But yeah, Coronian is just we tortured that motherfucker IRL. Lupus, fuck off, dude. Okay, but yeah, like I don't think this happened. Like we have seen some instances of like ethnic cleansing, like the Hutus versus the Tutsis in like Hotel Rwanda. Like there's like a movie about that. Like it's like this basically a group of black people killed another group of black people.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually kind of really dumb from that point of view. Like you know about that, Fighting Expert?
Oh yeah.
You seen that movie? I haven't, but like my mom talks about it and like how, because it happened in the 90s and she heard about it. But yeah, by the way, a lot of that happened because of like people propagandizing and like calling the Tutsis like less than human on the radios. It's kind of what you're doing right now. But anyways, like luckily white people are not that easily fucking brainwashed into being fucking evil. But yeah, I mean, like this is way more akin to like the slaughter of the Christians in like the communist revolution than like fucking ethnic. Like, I mean, like it's not like I said, I don't think it's even happened all that much in real life.
The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi actually go harder when comparing the antagonists to fascists.
Yeah, well, that's probably because those movies are...
That's because they did it straight up, whereas with the original trilogy and prequels, it wasn't fascist. It wasn't modern politics.
Yeah.
But no, you gotta have them themes.
Yep. I mean, like, this whole iconography that they're using there is just so aggressively fucking... Like, J.J. Abrams is so proud of himself here. Look, they're standing together and it looks like Nazis. I mean, if I'm going to be honest with you, I don't even understand why this imagery is even bad. I mean, if like, we had, like, a grand army, like, if the UN created, like, a grand, massive army comprised of, like, all the, like European countries, and we would place them all like together in like this one giant fucking lineup to just show off how big it is. It would just undeniably look like this. So it's like, what's even wrong with this? Showing a whole bunch of men standing together. Oh, is it because they're wearing like evil dark suits?
Also, what's hilarious is that people like this mistake nationalism for fascism.
Of course they do, because they think for some fucked up reason they think like caring about your country is like some kind of weird evil crime.
Some of it blatantly obvious, like the unmistakable imagery used here.
Thank you for noticing that extremely childishly obvious bullshit was extremely childishly obvious.
And some of it a bit more subtle, particularly as it relates to the
this is so subtle.
whole rebirth after humiliation and defeat aspect.
Oh my god. The projection here is... every last Wehrmacht soldier could beat your ass 10 times over. It's fucking... I love how Nazis have to be like the ultimate boogeyman, but then they also have to be fragile, weak losers at the same time. This reminds me of like the thing they say about like white people, like white fragility. Like it's like, okay, so the evil, oppressive white people that enslave black people and force them to do their will are also fragile. Okay, so how did they do that? So like, okay, if they're fragile, is it the guns? Is it just the guns? Do you think they won because of the guns? Okay, all right. Oh my god.
Of fascism. In a fascist movement, the past is romanticized to the point that the...
No. Just pay attention.
It's not romanticized. Look at actual history. Look at recordings. Read actual journals. You know it's not romanticized. It's actually real, and it fucking happened.
They're basically what this is that like modern day people know tragically little about our history. And they're like, what he's basically saying is here, good, know little about your history. Because if you know more about your history, you'll probably be a Nazi. Well, it makes sense, because if you know more about history, you probably figured out that, you know, your ancestors weren't really all that bad. And
I remember 9/11. I remember the towers falling down.
Yeah?
I don't romanticize it because I remember it.
Shit was fucked up, dude.
Yes. Yeah. Like, but the problem is most historians are basically just
propagandists.
Yeah.
Or weebs when it comes to Japan.
Then again, you can be weeb for your medieval Europe.
Medieval Europe is an awesome place to live. I'll gladly live there over this bullshit today. Dude, fucking work for a living, work for food. Hell yeah, let's go.
Yeah, so people say, like, oh, medieval Europe is so bad. Actually, not really. Like, yeah, the disease, it was something where if you got something really bad, you were screwed, but...
Well, I'm not even sure about that, because, you know, natural medicine and, you know, like, it... like.
Well, look at the Black Plague.
Yeah, obviously that, but I mean, like...
and dysentery.
Well, you see, the Black Plague, the reason why that was so bad was because that was before we got the Renaissance, when our hygiene standards got to like ultra levels. You know, it was like the Black Plague.
Even in medieval Europe, hygiene was really good.
Yeah, it was really good, but it was like any lesser good elements were like rooted out after that permanently.
Yeah,
you see that a lot. You see that a lot in history. Like when something hasn't moved around like as hard as everything else. Usually that causes massive problems. Then it's like, okay, never fucking let that technology fall behind ever again.
And then they started, like, what people don't realize is that how the Black Plague started was the fleas on rats, but guess where the rats were? In the grain silos.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone started eating the infected grain.
Beautiful. That's just the epitome of awesome. The poor people. God, but you know, it's kind of cool. Like it's the plague doctor. By the way, I realized something about plague doctors. Those masks they're wearing, those are not just for show. Those actually do something.
Yeah, they stuff incense in there.
So like a proto gas mask.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It genuinely is kind of awesome to think about. You know, it's like our ancestors are so awesome. Like the fucking plague to end all plagues happens, and there's just men loading up endless amounts of bodies to like bury. Fucking awesome guys not giving up. Like all right, there's a lot of people in that house that are sick. Okay, wall them in. We're not gonna fucking let this shit destroy our like everything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm just kind of proud that we survived the Black Death. You know, like we just did a good job back then. Like it's like, oh, actual dangerous virus that's threatening to kill all of us. Okay, like fucking do something about it.
Yeah.
Whereas today it's like, oh, meaningless virus that barely does anything. Lock down everything and not listen to each other.
Oh yeah.
You know, just the contrast just pisses me off.
Yeah. If it was a zombie plague, I would understand that, but come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, zombie plague. I'm just putting on my armor every time I go out.
Or take a newspaper and just bend it and like tape it to your arm. Or just, you know, not get close to zombies.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you know, it's like in Europe we don't have guns. It's like, oh, we're fucked, right? Well, I have a knife and I have a TV and I've, you know, a whole bunch of other items I could throw at them. And we could also drive over them with cars and, you know, I don't think we'd be that fucked. All right. Let's continue with this absolute piece of shit trash fire.
Image of the past is obscured. The past becomes less of a memory and more of a fiction. In Italy,
what the fuck are you talking
Let
about?
him continue.
That's literally what communists do. They revise history and burn the past.
Let him continue.
Yeah. Right.
It's like he who controls the past controls the future, motherfucker.
Yeah, but replica, context. We need the context.
All right.
Obscured. The past becomes less of a memory and more of a fiction. In Italy, the fascists wanted to rid the nation of the scourge of modernism, communism, and liberalism.
Good. All of that was like a good thing to want to get rid of.
Italian fascism required respect for tradition and a shared past among
which is a good thing.
The Italian people. Italian fascists sought to complete Risorgimento, Italian unification of different states into the Kingdom of Italy.
Which is...
Let him continue.
Pretty much a good thing.
A movement begun almost a century prior but left incomplete. To achieve the goals of Italian greatness, fascists espoused three core values: hierarchy, discipline, and order. Fascism always wants to return to an older order and claim it as the original one and the correct one. More than unification, Italian fascism invoked...
Is that what, like, Rebel Alliance is doing? Like, restore the order?
Yeah.
Also the fact that I'm kind of laughing at this because my grandfather escaped Italy with his parents during World War II, and then once the U.S. finally joined World War II, he signed up for the European theater. And guess what? Everyone was extremely racist to him because he was Italian.
Who was racist? Like, the Americans?
Yeah,
the Americans. He was an American soldier, and his fellow troops were extremely racist towards him.
Of course, because there was like the stigma with all of those guys being mafia and like fucking like the Italians were like the fucking refugees and immigrants of like the day back then. They were just like, oh, it's one of those fucking Italian bastards. But yeah, they've kind of moved up in the hierarchy of like people that are disliked. But the stereotypes still exist though. Like you know the joke where it's like Tony to New York. Tony.
Yep.
Okay, thank you, Labian. I appreciate that. All right. Yeah, but I mean, like, all the things you just mentioned are not bad. Like, it's what this guy's basically doing is he's saying, like, oh, it's fascist, therefore it's automatically bad. And so all these good things I'm about to mention, like, for instance, unifying the fucking people under a common fucking goal is, like, bad. Okay, awesome. Thank you.
The past by claiming that Italy was the rightful heir to the Roman Empire itself.
Yeah, well, that's because technically it is. Guess where Rome started? Italy.
Fuck!
They kind of have a right to say that. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, when you look throughout history, like the Renaissance era, Italy, the Second Roman Empire.
Yeah, the Holy Roman Empire. Like we have a fucking right to want to restore our countries to greatness, motherfucker. Like,
yes, they chose the wrong side, but like they kind of have a reason and a point to say that they're the heir to the Roman Empire.
Well, you gotta understand, right? Like the Third Reich, the Holy Roman Empire, Mussolini's Italy, like those ideals of taking the country back to, it's like, or either taking it back to its old greatness or bringing it to like a state that like and makes it like be the best possible version of what it was before. There's nothing fucking wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I guess the only thing you could look at as being wrong is that it becomes like really powerful then, and like maybe like have some expansionist problems. But like, I'll take that any day of the fucking week over what we're doing nowadays, where our countries are like mediocre in like how good they are, and like nobody has any like real regard for the history or like the because I mean like we had this really fucking big. Like, the Netherlands had this massive fucking expansionist movement where we took over many different colonies, around Africa and stuff. Like, we took over, I think, Kurosawa. No, maybe not that. I keep... No, Kurosawa. Yeah, I think that one, maybe. Fuck it. You guys get the idea. Like,
Yeah.
Kurosawa, East India... the Antillas, and we did that with something called the VOC. That's what it was called. And it was this giant fucking thing. And all I ever fucking heard was about the stupid fucking slavery bullshit. Like, those countries are still, like, there's still a lot of people, a lot of black people there, or I mean Africans, that speak Dutch and, take over, have, like, kept a lot of our older, like, culture and stuff like that. And in the case of South Africa, we still had people there that are living there. I was like, there's like this giant fucking thing we did. Like we conquered the water. We have a powerful fucking navy. Michiel de Ruyter beat the shit out of the French and like different groups of fucking people.
Especially the British.
Yeah. We conquered like England. It's like we got a fucking great history, dude. Like, and I think most people like if it wasn't for that movie about Michiel de Ruyter, like that recently came out, it wasn't all that good, but at least it was like it called attention to some Dutch history. Like like that, like if it wasn't for that movie that came out like a few years ago, I don't think anyone even knows who he is. Like it like that's a problem. That's a really big problem. Like there is no good argument that anyone can make to ever say that, like, wanting to know and understand history is, like, a bad thing. Like, it's just not. Like, history is fucking important.
More you know about the past, the less doomed you are to repeat it.
But it's also, like, I don't think the actual Italian population, even back then in World War II, is necessarily the ancestors of the Romans, because the Romans came from all different kinds of places. But this is the landmass, and these people are from the, like, certainly a lot of them are from there. So it's like, take these people and tell them you can have the same, like, you know, to put it really simply, the same swagger and efficiency and like awesomeness of the Roman Empire. You can raise them up, make them think that they're awesome. Well, hell yeah, let's make Italy like fucking awesome land.
I have Roman blood in me.
Yeah, like it's like what the fuck is wrong with that? Nothing, absolutely fucking nothing. I am Dutch. I am the son of like conquerors of the sea. Like we're fucking epic. Like the Labian, you're like
on the live chat saying what's wrong with you. Do you not pay attention to school? Get help, something is wrong with you, stuff like that. And plus overjoin.
Yeah, just ignore him. Just ignore it.
Overjoin?
It's like Labian, you're like a Viking or some bullshit. You know, like you fucking destroy shit like epic conquering and wear helmets. It's like what the fuck is wrong with not understanding his? What the fuck is wrong with like, you know, like, it's just bullshit, man. I hate this.
Also, the fact that like when you look through history, and I'm going to bring this up, there is a what was it? A 12th century journal found of when England tried to expanding into other parts of Europe, and they came into the, I'm forgetting what Latvia was called back then. It was
Livonia?
Yeah. But when the English came across Livonia, the modern day translation is paraphrased is pretty much, fuck this, they're not worth it, you just get dark, angry men that will kill you without warning.
See, that's great. That's just awesome.
And the reason why they said that is because, like, where do you think vampire myths come from?
Oh my god, that's fucking fucked up. No.
Why not?
Political. Plus, I want to do this fast.
Yeah.
Bro, what? You saying he's gonna make a sword? Come on.
Epic God, get help, like actually help. Whatever.
Just ignore him. Just ignore him. If he's bothering you, just ignore him. We're not gonna let him stop you.
Yeah, let's just continue. We have 6 minutes to go.
Always tells people, once we were great, but we lost our way because of our enemy, and we will be great again if we do what is necessary.
It's more like we lost our way because we lost our way. Like, there's not really, and like, and okay, you know, I made this argument a long time ago. Even if this is true, like, or I mean, even if it's not true, even if it's like fake, then why still not like pretend it is true and like raise these people up to be better than they can be? I don't fucking get this shit. Like, it just makes no sense. Why would you be against like people being better?
That Italy was the rightful heir to the Roman Empire itself. Fascism always tells people, once we were great, but we lost our way because of our enemy, and we will be great again if we do what is necessary. Benito Mussolini claimed that his people, the Mediterranean, were a branch of the Aryan race, though Italian fascism was far more focused on justifying its actions through culture than race. In Germany, fascism took root in a similar manner, a romanticization of the past, a perceived enemy, a unity after a perceived humiliation, and a rejection of modernism.
Where is the bad in this? I can't find the bad here. Modernism is a fucking disease on the human soul. Like I don't see the bad here. And you see Hitler here, these people being happy, like that's like genuine. Because he's like doing good things for the German people. Like there's nothing wrong with that. Like it's when people take issue with like the massacres and the murder and the destruction, which is like part of like war. That's almost kind of like unrelated to the ideology of like the. It's certainly unrelated to fascism in itself, because that's just straight up war. Like Fuck me, the world is so fucked up politically.
They declared a return to traditional German and Nordic values to remove or limit Jewish, foreign, and degenerate influences.
Yeah,
Does this man even understand what Nordic values are?
Does this man even understand what he's saying? Like, okay, so Jewish influence, and I need to be really careful here because I'm sure YouTube will just fucking destroy you if you talk about this. They would consider that like part of the Zionist, like Jewish supremacist, like subversion of like European countries.
Also,
like the kind of Jews who believe in the Talmud, you know, the book that says that all people from all races are worth less than half of one Jewish fingernail. The book that says that Jesus Christ is like burning in shit forever in hell.
What? Fucking Christ.
Like the Talmud is a Jewish supremacist book, and as far as I'm probably allowed to speak here without like instantly being like labeled the most evil motherfucker who ever lives, the Jews that believe in that book specifically do exist as like a group of people in this planet that are like always trying to ruin shit. Like, it's not all Jews, obviously, but like there's a certain group of Jews that do that, and it was also, in case you're wondering, that's like the group of Jews that Hitler was going after. Like that's what he's talking about. Is that like fucking Jewish influences? Like he's talking about Zionism, like the ultra, like the international like Jewish, like fucking, you know, like it's like basically the idea is like it's like what you see today, you know, with like AIPAC or something. It's like, America, go blow up people that are like hostile to Israel. It's like, you know, it's like, why are we doing this? Well, because Israel's our greatest ally. It's like, it's not really how, you know, like there's no real reason to help them, especially since they can take care of themselves at this point.
Yeah,
but like they're constantly like influencing things to be in their favor, like pretty maniacally, actually. I mean, like to a certain degree, I can get it because they are surrounded by people that aren't too happy with them, but that's also partially due to the fact that they tend to get fucking destroyed. Libya gets destroyed. Fucking Syria, they try to destroy. You know, like it's a whole bunch of shit like that. But yeah,
and also what I will add, because I have Jewish heritage as well, so I know. Yeah,
good.
So it's basically like gypsies in Russia today, where the Jewish culture back then was developing its own culture within the culture, and it was a bit more liberating, saying like, hey, like, yeah, I'm pro-Germany, but also like, I just want to open up to other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that goes against like the whole unification of Germany.
Yeah. Like it's obviously. I think like one of the main things where Hitler just fucked up essentially is that he essentially blamed all the Jews for the crimes of these individual Zionists I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's kind of understandable because the problem is it's fucking, it's hard. It's already hard to tell a Jewish person apart from a white person. It's even harder to tell apart, like an evil Jewish person from like a normal Jewish person. Like that's the whole point of the Star, by the way. Like a lot of people don't know this, but the Star wasn't necessarily about like profiling each of them. It was kind of about like making it so that you knew who was Jewish and who was not, because it's really hard to see. Jews look a lot like white people do.
Yeah.
Like, not saying there was like a good thing. I'm just saying that that's like the reason. Like some people sometimes say that like, would you put a star on black people? It's like, no, because you don't need to. You don't need the star to tell that somebody's black. Like it's just but yeah, like it's like the funny thing is that what I'm doing here is I'm just giving a balanced perspective, and parts of my mind are saying that like people are going to see this as like ultra right wing. So I'm really not. I'm just basically not being a biased motherfucker about this. Like I refuse to just be like, oh, Germany evil. Fuck off. Fuck off. That's not true. Like if anything, when it comes to World War II, all sides are fucking evil because all sides killed millions of fucking people. I think it's Germany got its own fair share of fucking destruction. It just. But yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. I just felt need to justify myself. But yeah, that would be the Jewish influence. The second one is the communist influence, and some people would link that with Zionism and stuff. But like that's like the secondary thing. Which I mean, I don't think you guys. I don't think I have to explain to anyone here how subversive communism can be. And third off, degeneracy is the exact same thing that's being pushed on us nowadays. It's transgenderism, the gay agenda, gay pride, all that stuff.
All right. Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, all right. I get the point. Now let's finish the video before this channel gets terminated.
I think I've been relatively careful enough to avoid it, but we might need to like do some editing of this later. I don't know. All right, let's continue.
Which ranged from everything to the wrong kind of art to communism. The Nazis wanted Germany to return to an older order.
Wrong art is talking about pornography.
They lamented their losses and, much like in Italy, told their people, once we were great, but we lost our way because of our enemy, and we will be great again if we...
Are you a fucking idiot? Like, the Third Reich, like, there was a Reich before that one. And I'm pretty sure... Okay, Joel, I don't know why I'm thinking you might know this, but, like, I don't think it was so much about what Germany lost in World War I as it was just that Germany lost things in general. Like, it was way more powerful before, like, just in general, right?
Yeah, so at the end of World War II, end of World War I, I'm forgetting what the council was called. I'm blanking on it, but it was pretty much all the countries that won tried the country of Germany in European court. Mm-hmm. And they said in order for Germany to repay everything, we are imposing tariffs, heavy taxes tariffs also heavy taxed the country, which then affected Germany's infrastructure. So their manufacturing was slashed to it went from 100 to 10%.
Yeah.
Their soil for farming and all that because of the war was horrible.
Yeah.
So they had to import a lot of stuff, which with that you also have the taxes of importation that had to be paid to the countries, and then you also had tariffs on top of that to all of Europe with trade.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That suffered a lot.
We do what is necessary. In Spain, modernism produced an election result for the Popular Front government of Republicans, Socialists, Syndicalists, and Communists. General Francisco Franco, a staunch anti-communist, led the Spanish army to crush modernism and return Spain to an older, romanticized version of itself.
If anything, it just seems to me like they just stole the election, and he stopped that from fucking up the country.
Yeah.
I know that sounds like ridiculously biased, but I don't fucking trust you, dude.
Well, also with Spain, it's a complicated mess. It's not simple.
obviously, but it's like I don't. I mean, if anything we see today from what that kind of like shit brings to a country, like how America is just crumbling under like Biden's ridiculous pseudo-communist fucking like things he's doing, shutting down railways and just fucking up shit. Like just trying to frame that as a bad thing. Like good luck, because it's not.
An old order. Once we were great, but we lost our way because of our enemy, and we will be great again if we do what is necessary.
Okay, so like I said before, whether this would be true or not, why would you be against like spreading this to people to make them try and improve themselves as a people and a nation?
Yeah,
there really is no answer to that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
In Star Wars The Force Awakens, we are introduced to the new antagonist of the series, the First Order, rising from the ashes of the Empire. Fascists love to connect themselves to the great deeds of the past and the great men of history, like this guy thinks he's a knight or something.
Wow. Okay, this is like some of the most extreme projection I've ever seen in my entire life. This guy... Oh my god! Oh, it's just a white guy, wearing like a bulletproof vest and like goggles and a helmet to, protect himself from Antifa when he's like going to a rally. It's like he's trying to be a knight.
That's not even a bulletproof vest. That's a tactical vest.
It's a tactical vest. Oh, okay. Like but yeah, like he's trying to be a knight. No. He's just trying to. This is like when Charlottesville happened, like 2 years, 3, 4, something like that, many years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like when Antifa attacked the people at the Unite the Right rally, and the government like unlawfully declared an unlawful assembly, and like those people were being like fucking hunted down. Like it's like these are Nazis coming with shields and spikes and like shields to protect themselves from Antifa. Are you brain dead? Like this guy's wearing goggles and that helmet because he doesn't want to get maced, like have piss thrown at him, and a whole bunch of other fucking shit that Antifa loves to toss at people. Okay, like I want to die.
Bravely defending the white race from, I don't know, Mexicans?
No, from like communism, Zionism probably. The left, the like everybody.
Also, if I may, like, if you actually expand the picture, you'll see that there are black people there, that there are Latinos. That isn't just white people. Like, see the dude with the black
I see him.
Hat and all that? And the sunglasses with the beard?
Yeah, that guy is definitely like a... I mean, that guy, the dude in the suit next to him actually kind of looks like a Hispanic. But but you know what's so like insidious about this? This guy is like saying that he's defending it from like nothing. It's like, yeah, if he's defending it against nothing, then then why do you make this video? Because like clearly he's a lunatic, right? Oh wait, no, he is doing it about something, and you just have no idea what you're talking about. Or actually, you do have an idea you're talking about. You're just trying to make it look like this is the fucking left, man. They're so demonically evil. It's like these people are rallying probably against like statue history being destroyed, rallying against like hatred against like white people that is just fucking rampant in America. Like and he's just like, oh, he's pretending to be a knight. You know what? Like that's even worse on a different level. Because like this dude that we see right here, I'm sure that he can bring something even cooler than what he's wearing right now. But he's not.
So the fact that he said trying to pretend to be a knight, like, that's offensive to me. I'm a freaking knight.
Warrior for Christ. For sure. Like
I have a freaking knighthood.
Well, I mean, you haven't been like made into a knight officially, obviously, but it's like
no, I have.
You have?
Yeah, I'm a part of a historical society that is keeping the oath of the knight living to this day.
Oh, I thought you were like knighted by the queen or something. Were you?
No, but like this historical society, it isn't recognized in the U.S., but it is based off of a house in Europe, another house in Germany, and
dude, that is completely awesome.
Yeah, where my knight name is Sir Plexicun Pendragoon.
All right, that's basically just as like incomprehensible as Don Quixote or whatever. but
Pretty much, my name translates to Fireheart of Dragon's Breath.
Cool. My symbolical Christian name is Johannes Jacobus. It means happy believer. That's great. I'm happy believer. I need to find the happy back. Get the happy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Wherever
that's
their
continue.
scapegoat is this week.
Whatever their scapegoat is this. I hate you. White people
Continue.
are your. White people are your. Shut up. White people are your ultimate scapegoat, motherfucker. They never did anything to you, and you hate them just relentlessly. Go fuck yourself.
The name itself, the First Order, romanticizes the past and connects the Order both to the past and to the Empire.
I'm sure that JJ thinks he's a like writing genius, master of the arts.
Glorious former institution, much in the same way that Italian fascists connected themselves to the fallen Roman Empire.
Italian fascists didn't spawn an arbitrary army out of nowhere to make this happen, though. They're not poorly written, too. And they're also not fascist.
The heirs of the Roman Empire. So too does the First Order tell its people that they are the heirs to the Galactic Empire.
I really don't see how this is a bad thing. Because by all intents and purposes, the First Order are, like, being the remnants, so, like, they're the last ones left. So it's not even incorrect.
So here's my question. Is it to the fascist or more nationalist? Because at the end of World War II, Italy's just like, okay, we lost. Also, they changed sides as well. They're like, hey, US, could we be allies with you?
Mussolini wasn't as strong as Hitler was. But, neither Germany or Italy or Spain or whatever were, like, none of those groups were, like, fascist necessarily. They were just using fascist tactics at different moments. Like I said, fascism is a means to an end. It's not an end of itself. Like, and I don't even understand why anyone would look at it that way. Like, the fucking... Oh, my God.
They call themselves the First Order because an admission that they are a brand new and modern thing just doesn't work for fascism.
What are you talking about?
He just contradicted himself.
First Order is literally... Like, that is a new name. Like, if they weren't that, then they would just be called the Empire still. Like, the remnant of the Empire. Like, just Empire, but less. You... Forget it. I don't care about you.
Fascism requires a past.
It requires a past. Yes, because if fascism didn't... If those evil white people... if those evil white people didn't look at their history, then you would be able to like change it behind their back, you know.
False history of being wronged because of the envy of.
Yeah, so that's like 100% true when it comes to like Germany, and it's 100% true when it comes to like Italy and groups like that. And it's like the Byzantine Empire and all that stuff.
Also, here's the hilarious thing. He's left out Japan.
Japan, yeah, Japan is like a perfect example of like it would be totally justifiably, morally, for them to like want vengeance for what happened in World War II.
Also, the fact victory through any means necessary. Look at all like the war crimes and humanitarian crimes Japan caused.
Oh yeah, like they had soldiers. Like this is crazy, guys. Like, get this. In 1975, there were Japanese soldiers, like discovered, that were hiding in like bunkers, that thought
wasn't it in like the Congo?
Yeah, that thought the war was still going on. Like those guys, those guys did not give up to a point that was just extreme.
Mm-hmm.
Also, by the way, I need to comment on this. Do you see like Hux here? This is like a projection. Like this is like none of these leaders or people mentioned in this like like none of the people he talked about ever looked this pathetic. This entire thing is just like some leftist like vision of like what like Nazism looks like.
Also, see Phasma on the right?
Yeah.
How the heck is she there when, like, scenes later you see her on the Star Destroyer?
God damn it. Or like, why is a woman there? These guys are like horrible white supremacists, so like why they probably hate women too. Why is the First Order so diverse? What the fuck?
Lathian, you still with us?
Yeah.
Alright, let's continue.
Others, envy of their greatness. This is not some new order. No. This is the First Order, an older order.
You are brain dead.
Continue. Let him speak.
Those tied to the greatness of the past, even if that greatness never happened.
Oh, you're saying the greatness never happened. Okay, thank you.
Let him speak. Let him speak.
We never did. Europe never did anything great.
The Galactic Empire was built on a lie, oppressed the galaxy, abolished democracy, and was defeated by a ragtag group of rebels. That's who they really were. But
not really. Like, I wouldn't say the rebellion
was... Let him speak so we can get context.
God damn it.
That's not what General Hux tells his people. He tells them that they are the inheritors of the Empire of the past, and that they will rise again. In the time between Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens, a republic is born. Leia is no longer a princess. That's ancient and hierarchical. She's committed to democracy, a growing... Pause.
Ancient... What do you call Britain? What do you call Dutch? What do you call Sweden? Like, they still have royals.
They don't fucking do anything, but they are... we still have a king.
Netherlands? Last time I checked, the king still did stuff.
I mean, he does... Like, what I mean is he doesn't do anything politically, but the king does, like, charities and, like... funds like bridges constructed and stuff like that.
Doesn't he also sign a couple laws, like on whatever it's called?
He has to sign stuff. That's true. He has to like sign he also gets to decide whether a prime minister gets to leave or not. He's got some power, I guess. Like it's hard to tell what the extent of like royals in democracies are nowadays. Because, like, I'm pretty sure they have, like they got their own, like, army. So they have a lot of power. They just don't really ever use any. Like, it's probably because they don't have a reason to. But it's like, they appear to be mostly symbolical. But yeah, it is true. We do have a king. We do have, a king and he does stuff. One, like, I would say, like, I'm happy that Prince, King, sorry, King. I just called him the fucking prince. King Willem. That's because when I grew up, like it was still the queen of the Netherlands. But yeah, like King Willem-Alexander, like he at least aesthetically looks pretty cool as a king, and he's got a pretty cool beard and stuff. Like it's he's actually like this is not really all that important, but like our king is actually pretty young compared to the other ones. Like usually they get to be king when they're like 45 or some shit. Like this, our queen quit early, which is fine, I guess.
Republic is born. Leia is no longer a princess. That's ancient and hierarchical. She's committed to democracy.
What the fuck?
A growing egalitarianism.
You're advocating communism and making like the opposite of communism. Like you're making that out to be the most evil shit of all time, dude. Do you think I was born 2 minutes ago? Like, obviously, you're just trying to fucking make people you disagree with politically on the other side of the spectrum look evil and make yourself look awesome. That's all you're doing. Like, it's fucking obvious, dude.
Modernism. The first
Modernism is fucking evil. Ah!
order opposes modernism. Fascism opposes modernism.
Yeah, fascism, aka a bad word that people don't want to be associated with, opposes...
Proper morals opposes modernism.
Yeah. So like, in other words, what he's doing here, guys, is like, fascism is like a bad word that like triggers like a fear response in your head, because when you're properly programmed, like the little good slave that you are, like when they say fascist, you're like, ah, fascist! Oh no, they're using the word. Ah! So like when you like disagree with them, they just call you fascist, and then you're like, oh. I won't disagree with you anymore. Like that's what he's doing here. Like there's nothing more to it than that. Like he's just saying like everything that disagrees with me is fascist. That's what he's saying. Like I'm not fucking falling for it, and I'm not bound down to it. You are communist scum. Fuck off.
The First Order's actual politics, policies, and specific ideology is purposefully kept vague by the filmmakers and the studio.
It's more just kept vague because world building is for faggots.
Nobody wants to buy
because,
a t-shirt.
And because?
It's also the fact that the filmmakers are illiterate, that they don't know anything.
Yeah, it's very surface level. Like, fucking try and talk about like the political like perspective of like the First Order. We are part of evil, so we kind of want to continue the evil. That's like our politics. Okay, cool. Space evils.
Shirt, but everyone is cool wearing Stormtrooper merchandise. So Disney is not going to get too specific. However...
Oh my god.
Oh, Disney not... Need to remind you when Donald Trump's son, during Halloween one year, was wearing a freaking First Order Stormtrooper costume, his youngest son, and then Mark Hamill said, oh yeah, I should have expected this from a fascist president.
Fuck off, Mark Hamill. Just fuck off. Leftism, modern day leftism. It's not, no. Fuck, it's not leftism. Leftism is like the embodiment of like the female like instinct of like, you know, care and like being more charitable and that kind of stuff, like liberalism, that kind of shit. This is not leftism. This is like the hijacked other fucking thing. The modern day fucking leftism, quote unquote, like in other words, hyper communism, fucking disease. It's just a disease for your mind. You just fucking, oh my god.
The First Order's rhetoric.
You talk about that little boy, right? Like the 12-year-old son he has.
Yeah.
Mother. Fuck. Fucking hell. Jesus Christ, Mark Hamill. What the fuck, man? What the fuck? He's fucking innocent. He's got nothing to do with fuck you. Just fuck you. You know, like this whole thing about like the clothes that the First Order are wearing, it's like associated with like evil. Bitch, SWAT teams, like the, I mean, SWAT teams, riot police, all those dudes. I don't care what country it is. I can take those and make them look really evil just because, you know, it's a
the fucking military police in Italy. With the sash.
Like they look really fucking like dark and often like wearing black camo and all that shit. It's like looks pretty evil to me. Like I mean my own country's police force looks pretty fascistic, quote unquote. You know, like dark everywhere with like yellow stripes. So,
and then having the beret on.
Yeah, instead of like the nice little hat.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like I can play this game too, motherfucker. I mean, like all you need to do is just like take like make a movie or something, and then
also,
yeah.
Fun fact: when I was leaving the Netherlands, the airport in Amsterdam, on that day, a lot of police were walking around the airport with their rifles out. And my fiance leaned over and said, "Oh yeah, there's been a security threat."
Interesting.
So, yeah, there was like
reminiscent.
Sorry.
There was explosive threat, I will say, because YouTube.
Okay.
With the day that I was leaving Netherlands, and like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like it's but those would be those are not the KNVB. That's our FBI. But our SWAT teams all look like fucking dark bastards. Like they just look, you know, like but it's like they're not automatically evil because they look like they're wearing dark suits and look inhuman. Whatever, fucking Christ.
But everyone is cool wearing Stormtrooper merchandise, so Disney is not going to get too specific. However, the First Order's rhetoric is eerily reminiscent of how fascism begins.
No, it's eerily reminiscent of like people's cartoony Hollywood perspective of what it looks like. Because this has got absolutely nothing to do with it. Hitler would look at this guy and he'd like just laugh his ass off.
Once we were great, we lost our way because of our enemy, and we will be great again if we do what is necessary.
How about you show some like proof for any of this? How about you show any kind of like proof for like any of these things? Because this seems more like just a specific like narrative rather than anything fascistic. Whatever the fuck.
What is necessary to fascists includes the eradication of degenerate influences.
Yeah, that is pretty important, actually. I mean, fascist, like, at this point in the video, fascist is basically everybody who disagrees with me. So, like, I mean, I don't need to tell you guys much. Like, I mean, degeneracy doesn't. I mean, rampant pornography is. I don't think that's ever like contributed anything good to Western civilization. All it does, is just fuck over men with low self-esteem.
Whatever. All right, let's continue.
First Order carries this out by annihilating the Republic planets. The First Order is obsessed with the past because they have to be. Otherwise,
yeah, that's why they never talk about it.
Their narrative falls apart. Then they will have dissension among them. Traitors. Kylo Ren has been manipulated.
Yeah, why do the white supremacists, First Order, have black stormtroopers?
Yeah.
Manipulated by leader Snoke into his own obsession with the past, his connection to the past and to the Empire, to Darth Vader. Kylo Ren has the burned helmet of Vader as his most cherished keepsake.
None of this fucking works because the story of The Force Awakens is such a shoestring fucking needle of a thread of nothing. Like it's like what they're talking about, like the First Order and all that shit. It's nonsense. Like it's like 30 years ago, the fucking dudes got blown up who like blew up the other guys, and we are like angry about that. Want to bring back their like bullshit. It's like about as deep as it. Whatever.
This was Snoke's plan.
Snoke's plan was to like talk about the past and be like, "Yo, guys, let's bring that shit back," like, and somehow teleport in like millions of people and like get power back and do all kinds of things that are impossible.
Potential of your bloodline, a new Vader.
It's exactly what fascism always does. It recalls the past, romanticizes it, rejects.
What is wrong about the past?
Also, the fact that Snoke is obsessed with the bloodline. That sounds more like a monarchy.
What's wrong about the past?
Nothing. You learn from the past so you don't make the same mistakes.
No, you have to kill the past. Clearly, this movie says it. Like, you gotta kill the past. Fuck you, I'm gonna learn.
Modernism, and manipulates people into believing the rhetoric about the past.
Yeah, but you haven't... Okay, number one, you haven't proven that anything of this is, like, wrong. Number two, you haven't proven that what they're saying is a lie. And number three, you haven't proven, like, how the opposite would be good in any kind of way. Like, you're basically saying that fascism is, like, good, but it's bad because it's fascism. Thank you.
Kylo Ren is the embodiment of the manipulated masses who buy into fascist rhetoric about
that you are... Fuck you. Just go fuck yourself, you communist motherfucker. You're the one that's brainwashing people.
Their shared
Jesus
history
Christ.
and their glorious people.
Triggered.
Makes us question the past.
Glorious people that were actually glorious. I mean, my grandfather is a pretty glorious people. Oh wait,
you shared the scene. I am triggered.
Yeah, me say like if I say that my grandfather is like a glorious guy, then like that's clearly just me being like a fascist neo-Nazi.
Question the romanticization of the past and where that historically has led. It has us recognize the failures of.
Oh, so we have to look back at the past in order to learn not to romanticize the past. That's some fucking mental gymnastics right there.
The past as a means in which to progress as a people. Not to succumb to the past and try to turn back the clock.
Fuck are you even... You are just babble. Wah, wah, wah. I can see what White Dragon means now. Wah, wah, wah. Wah, wah, wah.
Luke Skywalker is haunted by his failures. But in the end, he learns from his failures.
And commits suicide.
He shouldn't have to fucking learn from his failures.
He commits suicide. Instead of like actually going there and doing something about it, just like I don't even whatever.
And grows.
I stopped playing Ghost of Tsushima for this. Oh my gosh!
Thank you for suffering with me.
Also, spoiler alert, but there is a sub-story, a subplot in Ghost of Tsushima where one of the allies you get. He is haunted by his past because he is blinded by it, and it's just so much better than this. I don't want to say too much.
I know what you mean. Everything is better than The Last Jedi.
It's just beginning, and I will not be the last Jedi.
Well, you wouldn't have been in anyway if you hadn't like committed suicide by like taking your X-wing. Instead of doing this stupid shit.
He looks towards the future.
No, he commits suicide.
Fascism never forgets its failures and never grows from its failures.
That's bullshit. Because
talk.
Because it needs its failures. It needs the pain to manipulate people.
That makes no sense!
Fascism refuses to grow from the failures.
Fascism is just a boogeyman. You're describing whatever the fuck you want to, dude. That's
also, if you actually look at freaking history, like Italy, Spain, Germany, they learned from their failures. They enforced all their weak points.
Okay, let me ask you one fucking intelligent question here. How the fuck do the fascists who want to bring back the past rationalize that their lost glory was lost anyway? Because if it was so good, then why would it be lost? Like, do you think it's just like restart the same thing over and over again and never learn from anything? Yeah, your fucking view of the world is insane. You are insane. Go fuck yourself.
Instead, it blames the failures on others, on the enemy. Often an invented enemy. The past should not be killed, as Kylo Ren says.
Invented enemy. Dude, you are the enemy. You are the fucking enemy.
Also, if he took time, he would know that, like, the reason why World War II happened was because people got taken advantage of.
Okay.
I love the idea of, like, stabbing someone in the back and, like, you know, killing his children and blowing up his house. And then being like, oh, fuck you, white guy. Stop looking for a scapegoat. Because that's what this guy is doing. Antifa, Black Lives Matter, they're murdering people. They're murdering people. They're burning fucking shit down. And it's like, oh, white person scapegoat. Go fuck yourself. Just fuck you. Just fuck it. Hell is a nice place to visit, man.
He's the bad guy. What he says is not the message of the film.
Well.
Fucking God!
Okay, we need to fucking clip this because... Wow!
Yeah, I think we're fine now.
Those who count those who cast the votes decide nothing. Those who count the votes decide everything. But shut up! Don't listen to Stalin. He's the bad guy. Don't listen to him. Nothing he ever says is true. And we can't learn from anything he says. That right there, motherfucker, is not learning from
Wait. He quoted Stalin?
I just quoted Stalin. Stalin once said, those who cast the vote decide nothing. Those who count the vote decide everything. Like, I don't know if he's referring to, like, communist elections or, like, democracy, like how easily it's subverted. But basically, that's just Stalin saying, like, that's how, like, a corrupt system works. Is that the guy who counts the votes is, like, decides everything. And I was making a joke that really good, like, you know, that good notion and, like, accurate fucking thing to, like, completely disregard that because Stalin is evil. Like, it's just don't listen to him.
The past is a teacher. Failure, a teacher. Yoda says it himself.
The greatest.
Oh,
teacher.
great! Another fucking video that completely.
Luke shouldn't. Oh my gosh! Luke shouldn't have to learn that failure is a great teacher. He has a permanent reminder of one of his hands.
I'm 65. I'm like 64, and the idea of learning from mistakes never occurred to me.
Failure is.
Go forward.
Look at Luke's face.
Failure, a teacher. Yoda says it himself.
The greatest.
Look at his face. This is the face of a guy who's like lived like a long time, and this is the first time in his life he ever learned of the. I want to die.
Teacher. Failure.
This video almost over. Thank God.
Go forward, not backward. Fascism depends on the past to galvanize the people. Fascism is of the past, and it's
people you disagree with are of the past, so clearly we should just murder all of them. I get it.
best left there.
Yeah. In other words, let's kill all the Nazis. All right, you're right. Like, what a great solution to all the problems in the world. Jesus Christ! I feel like I just exercised a demon. That was some of the most evil shit I've ever had to deal with. Holy shit, dude!
Yeah,
like
sorry.
Fuck.
I'm really sorry, Replica, that you had to.
Kaiser wanted to join, but the link was not available.
All right.
The link was not available.
Wait, before we go, hold on.
No, don't put a retarded video.
No,
please.
I'm not gonna put a retarded video. How do you share screen?
Sorry.
Give me a second.
Right. Replica, I'm really sorry about the the other stream with the guy.
Oh, hi Jack. Please don't get like put off by like the extreme political talk here. This guy is just a pseudo intellectual jackass. Oh, and by the way, sorry that we didn't see the ending of the. Hey, we can do that now. Actually, we can like how long have we been streaming? Oh, not that long. Holy shit. Okay.
If you're going to do that, I'm going to hop off.
Yeah, sure. We can like watch the. We can watch like the end credits of like
Wait.
We can like watch the end credits of like the big.
Can you see my screen, guys?
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta what stream? What?
Fascism.
Yeah,
let's talk about it.
Quickly.
It should be a light topic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh Jesus, no! Oh fuck me! This is gonna be horrible.
Anyone who thinks Nazis were laughing because of the original party name, I hope they go to the nurse sharks for miracle. What? You leave politics out of my Vietnam War and space out. Oh, shut the fuck up.
Who left?
Alright.
These are just pseudo intellectuals. Okay, I don't care about them.
Oh, hi Kaiser.
Hi Kaiser. It's actually nice for you to show up right now because that makes it good. Lupus, get away from that. Those people are lost souls, literally.
Okay, I'm pretty sure fascism starts with this resolution.
Are you seeing the screen?
What's
I'm tapping out of that. All right, let's put up that thing because we never properly finished it, and I want to see it now. Are you still on the watch together?
Yeah.
No, I'm not on the watch.
The following is a fanfic.
Sure, here you go. Delete it instantaneously after acquiring it, by the way.
Wait.
Oh wait, we didn't do that before, so.
Wait, guys, you didn't finish the video?
No, we didn't. We skipped over the last 5 minutes because like Lupus fucked everybody and like made this take a billion years.
Oh my god.
Made this,
all right, Jack. Nice for you to just show up just now. No worries, I don't care. Thank you, Jack. Thank you. I'm so sick and tired of all these fucking people out there. It's like, are you talking about politics? Okay, I'm gonna instantly leave. Fuck you. Or some other crap like that. It's just, people that don't, like, run away cowardly, when they see something that they don't like immediately. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I think it's just something I've never, like, dealt with before. You know what I mean? Like, like I haven't properly addressed something like that because fuck me if that makes me angry whenever I see that shit.
Alright.
It's like, how dare you talk about this? Ah! Okay.
Alright, calm down. Calm down. Alright, okay.
Alright.
Okay, so did Jack's films destroy the DVD?
Did you not see the ending, Latvian?
Yeah, bro. He probably destroyed it. It's so obvious that he did.
Oh, it was actually kind of cool. Cell showed up and it became like this whole fight and shit. And they got like a terrible USB, and then they like he's like around here and he's like fighting shit. Like I don't know if you saw it. Like, did you see it, Latvian? Like, did you see the fight?
No, I'm not that interested.
Yeah, okay. Like, to be fair, I don't. I feel like we need to like not do this quickly. Oh, Cell's back. What the fuck? Okay. Well, this is hell, so it does kind of make sense.
Wait, no. Cell's in hell, I believe. So.
Yeah, I know. It's like hell. All right. I'm on the film and video chat on Discord. All right, cool. Hey, Jack. Would you be like cool if we could like do like a coffee table discussion or something like that? In the what's this? This is just a plot add-on. Show it, lol, destroy. Okay. Like, I would love to do a coffee table thing where we just talk about like your video and and like your Star Wars video and all that. Like, because I think there was like a lot of stuff to clear up there that we just haven't given a single shit about. All right, yeah, let's watch this end part, and then I'll quickly get back to Bionic.
my
Oh God.
It looks like the cockroach has crawled back up the toilet bowl.
Forgive me, my master. I have failed to destroy the warrior as requested.
Like Captain Roth, you can admit to your failing.
Thank you, my lord, but I do bring news. I managed to scan detailed files of 18's memory banks, and the codes to corrupt them.
That will not be necessary.
My lord?
There is more to 18 than meets the eye, for I have known another 18 system, and they will be of good use to me, for the program known as Skynet will be inevitable.
Oh, you're going to do transform. I mean, fuck. God,
Terminator.
you're going to transform it after that. The Terminator, yes, Terminator. So they're gonna do Terminator after this.
Well, that's gonna be an interesting one, I think.
All right,
Yeah.
let me get a Can't tonight soon. Of course.
What?
Post credit scene. It's a Marvel kind of thing. So you're going to cover like Terminator? Because if you are, then so if you do, then like I would love to like. Well, it's a setup for when I cover the okay, you're going to cover the Terminator movies at some point. What is that supposed to mean? So you're first going to do the prequels and just leave this on an extreme cliffhanger? He's actually actively talking to me in the Discord. I don't know why he's doing that. That way only I can see it. But like,
I think it's because you know, he wants to get his message across sooner.
Yeah. All right.
all 6 movies. You're going to do all 6 of the fucking. Oh my god!
All the Terminator movies.
Hey, look, I love the shit out of Terminator movies. Like, if I could like make some kind of if some of us here, non-narcissistical, not focused on me, can have a fucking can make some kind of appearance, that'd be cool. I guess. I would love to just be like a cop that just gets killed. Like that would be hilarious. We use these fucking green screen effects. Yeah, I get it, Kaiser. I'm up on my own crap. What are you doing?
What the fuck did I say?
Oh, the video is being continued, motherfucker.
All right. Okay.
All right, I think this is a good place to end the stream because
okay, well, I guess
my next review I'm working on is The Great Escape. Oh, is that is so fucking ridiculously linked to the video we were just covering. It's a movie in World War II where prisoners escape the death camps. God damn it! All right,
do you think?
Fine. All right.
Renegade's video match goes up to like Belated Media level, or
yeah.
worse.
The only difference between Belated Media and like this other stuff was that I was more collected this time. Like with Belated Media, I was like, he's a demon, he's like possessed, because I thought that his cognitive dissonance was so extreme, and his hubris was so out of control that it kind of made sense that I felt like he was possessed, because it's like, how can you possibly be like this? It's like, oh yeah, George Lucas' movie is terrible. Now let's have pedophile Obi-Wan, like with Padme. It's like, oh, that's such an improvement. I am so smart. This is such a superior version of the prequels. Like the Order 66 is a battle, not like an event. Like the fuck. All right, thank you, Jack. We'll see you later. This is a good place to end. Kaiser, I apologize that you were on for such a ridiculously short time.
That's fine. I'll probably try and make it up later.
Yeah, we'll do another stream like later. It'll be fun. We should do like a stream where we just watch a movie or something.
Yeah,
we can watch Jack's like we can watch Big Jack Films' ridiculous King Kong reboot. that sounds like that sounds like just the perfect like watch when you're high movie.
Yeah, indeed.
Well, I mean, I'm not high, but I could probably get a beer.
All right. So any Any
So
last
that was one
word?
journey.
Any last words from everybody else here?
I don't think we should.
I
don't think we should do any more political.
Yeah,
no.
I would not be surprised if this video gets like flagged for hate speech or something.
This is
wait.
Because you support fascism.
Politics here.
No, I don't support fascism, but it's.
But you completely disagree with what he says.
Okay, but like everyone talks about fucking fascism.
Well, the video was flagged for hate speech because they were leaning more to the fascist side.
Well, this person in this video, he just makes fascism like whatever he disagrees with. So, like,
Well, that's pretty much what YouTube agrees with. So.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem. But I would recommend you take the stream and just edit it to make it.
I remember back when you know Johnny, right? He took out our stream twice because he said something. I don't know why. He always says something.
that was weird. I think it was just because you guys are so much less slick about it than I am.
But I don't get it. Why these videos get taken out so easily?
That's my only theory, because whenever I slip in that shit, I'm just so much more careful about it. Like,
you try to make sure we don't get taken down, right?
Well, I always frame it in a way that's like, how do I put it? It's like I always frame it in a way that's like trying to be as reasonable as possible. So it's like what I say can be interpreted as very outlandish, but why are we here explaining the method of how this makes us look like I'm a liar? I'm not a liar, guys. I'm just honest about everything I said here. I just limited it to the kind of free speech that YouTube allows. That's basically what it is. Like that. That's
that's exactly what it is. I guarantee that if they weren't so restrictive about it, then
all right. But though we need to resurrect the Script Corners chat. Maybe we should do like a recap of what happened, like we did last time.
Yeah, I think probably my greatest moment was when I was addressing the Zionist problem. Anyways, let's quit this before we just all die of starvation. I don't fucking know.
I'm not starving.
Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. Hopefully, we won't have to do another ridiculously political one. And I'm fairly certain the next stream is just going to be watching Big Jack Films like movie. So we'll do that later, and see you guys next time. Bye.
All right, see you.